Hello there. I'm Jazz Singh, welcoming you to Financial Accounting Fundamentals here at SFU Continuing Studies. Before we dive into the course, I'd like to briefly introduce myself. I am a CPA, a Chartered Professional Accountant, and I'm an SFU alumni. Back in 2013, I graduated from the SFU MSc Finance program. I've been teaching in the Continuing Studies department for the past 5 years. I would like to talk a little bit about the course just to get you an overview of what's coming up. First off, we're going to have a very interactive group learning environment. So you have that to look forward to. Despite it being an online course, we'll have a chance to collaborate in our learning. And hopefully you'll take advantage of that. As continuing studies learners, you bring a wealth of experience and expertise to the classroom. And I think it will be beneficial for all of us if all of you decide to share your life experiences and your educational experiences with us. So I want to start off on that note with discussions. In this course, we will have a few ways to collaborate. First off, we will have the course coffee shop, as you see on the screen there. And this will basically be a chance for you to get clarification or share anything that you feel is of relevance to everybody else. I hope you contribute in that with questions, with interesting articles, with interesting thoughts. Everything is welcome. For the introduction tab is something that we will be hopefully getting on early, where you can introduce yourself and also get to know your fellow learners. And finally, we'll have bi-weekly discussion topics. For every couple of weeks, we'll have a new discussion topic, and that will just basically allow you to share your thoughts on something that's accounting related, maybe not even accounting related, right? Depending on what the topic or the mood is of that week. So it'll tie in to the course on some level, but it might not be 100% exactly what we're learning because we want to keep things interesting. Looking at the assignments tab, this is the other tab I wanted to quickly look over. We have weekly quizzes, and these are just marked for completion. So you have a chance for you to practice the course material and maybe get some clarification or help with something you might struggle with. We have assignment 1, which will be graded more formally. So that will be a chance for you to test what you've learned. At the midterm point, we'll have an assessment, a major assessment worth 25 points, which will be a take-home essay. So basically you have a case study and you have a chance to address the issues in that case study and make recommendations. So that will be done individually. There will also be a midpoint self-assessment, and this will refer to how well you've engaged in the course. Basically, have you participated in the discussion threads and stuff like that. There didn't have to be a lot of engagement to get full marks based on the rubric for the self-assessment, but there has to be some engagement, right? Basically 3 or 4 posts should be enough for the first half of the course. We'll continue with the weekly quizzes, then we'll have a second assignment. Again, this one marked more formally, due near the end of the course. And we will also have the group project that's due at the end of the course. So it's much like the individual project, but it's a bigger case. So you'll be working with your group members to put together a final business report. You'll have another self-assessment based on how well you've engaged with the discussion threads in the second half of the course. And you'll also have a peer review with your group mates. So you'll evaluate your group mates on how well they've contributed to the project. So, one last thing before we wrap up. We also have some assignments which are self-study, and you'll have a chance to, on the assignment page, just to look over them. and get feedback on how you're doing. So if you want some extra practice, these are not mandatory, but you can definitely try these assignments and have a look at the solutions also. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting started with you. Please take a moment to introduce yourself in the introduction tab, and let's get started.